Salam alaikum and welcome to the 7th International Conference on Business, Education, Innovation, Social Sciences 2026. I'm here to present my research titled A Trifactor Model of Library Services, Social Media, and Social Capital for Sustainable Development Initiative, a conceptual preposition. Presenting with me today are Dr. Zaharudin Ibrahim, PhD, and Dr. Norhayati Hussin, PhD, from Faculty St. Maklumat, Universiti Teknologi Mara, Kawadan Zalango, Campus Padana Campus. The presentation outline includes the introduction, background of the study, library services as a concept, social media, social capital, the problem statement, research objectives, research methodology, the conceptual framework, and conclusions. Living a truly sustainable socio-economic life is increasingly challenging, particularly for communities in developing countries. And thus, sustainable development was endorsed by international community as a pathway out of mounting global challenges to human, social, and environmental well-being. And this initiated a global action plans like the Millennium Development Goals and the Sustainable Development Goals according to United Nations 2000 and 2016, which is aimed to combat poverty and hunger, supported by various policies and funding. However, progress is lacking, with the 23 million more people entering extreme poverty and over 100 million people facing hunger in 2027 compared to in 2019, according to United Nations 2024 in page 4, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa and other developing nations. And as a result, while sustainable development has progressed, its effectiveness remains contested due to the diverse interpretations among stakeholders, according to Carmine and the March 2022. And so, she et al. 2019 outlined the three phases of sustainable development. The first is its emergency in 1972, the reconciliation of economy and environmental links from 1972 to 1987, and its ongoing expansion since 1987. This evolution highlights the importance of practical implementations over theoretical discussion, according to Zaharudin et al. 2017. This is because of human, social, and economic sustainability, which has become a critical global concern due to rising inequalities, extremes, and vulnerabilities that threaten society's well-being worldwide. This is the view of United Nations Development, Department of Economic and Social Welfare. Background of the study. Sustainable living is a complex and debated concept encompassing various ideologies aimed at ensuring human well-being and environmental protection. Its aim is to fulfill present needs without hindering future generations' ability to meet theirs, highlighting intergenerational equity and the link between human, social, and natural systems, according to Brundtland, 1987. The past view of sustainable development reviews a conceptual significance, as well as a complex trajectories that hinder sustainability, and from a theoretical discussion to practical implementation, according to various authors. Currently, sustainable development research indicates a depth of theory. This is a view from Eisenberg and Jabarin 2017, as well as Ozil 2024. Therefore, effective sustainable development initiative necessitates an understanding of the key factors and the role of citizens, which call for a conceptual framework that connects these elements to human economic sustainability and guides further empirical research. And hence, this study identified three very important factors for sustainable development initiatives, one of which is library services. Library services designed to address the diverse informational learning, social and convenient need of different user populations, according to Arif et al. 2023. The concept of library as a place, according to Andrews et al. 2016, and the library as a third place, according to Lin et al. 2024, or the third place, according to Lin et al. 2020 and Wu 2090, reflect the evolving role of libraries to cater for multiple categories of users, including adolescents, the elderly, migrants, and other community groups. Libraries leverage their physical and virtual spaces to support marginalized groups, including immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. Programs such as the American Library Association's # Library Response, ALA 2021, tailored services, awareness campaigns, and seminars. Libraries foster social capital among users, according to Chen and K 2027, and other researchers. Another very vital factor for sustainable development initiative includes social media. The promotion of collective actions in online and offline. These include the civil rights movement in Madrid, New York Occupy Wall Street, and Athens protests against austerity measures, to the collapse of an authoritarian administration in Egypt, according to Hamaka 2015 and 2020. This plays a key role in strengthening cooperative activities, particularly in developing countries, according to Inegwedon et al. 2020. And improved agricultural practices, according to Kanjina 2021. Social media encourage content creation, business development, and innovation, thereby enhancing economic and social sustainability. These are the views of Funke and Sunday Ade 2024 and the other authors. Social capital and sustainable development has been recognized in research. The forms of social capital culminates into long-term interpersonal relationship that offers a strong foundation for group trust, cooperation, and collective action. Social trust and interactions based on reciprocity have improved the participation of community members in activities that support the collective goals in the community, according to Kumi and Am 2018. Further, this study identifies various problems, and despite the global focus on sustainable development, the reality in most developing countries, including Nigeria, reflects a deepening socio-economic crisis. Widespread hunger, persistent poverty, and declining socio-economic well-being reveals that the existing sustainable development agenda have not been translated into tangible improvements at the grassroots level. Further, current studies have not explored the role of essential elements such as library services, social media network site, and social capital in sustainable development initiative studies. Also, existing frameworks, the three intersecting circles, according to Vexel et al. 2012, the sustainability egg, according to IUCN in Kina 2005, the Venn diagram, Newman and Kenwood 1999, Adams 2009, and the three pillars, Purvis et al. 2018, merely describe sustainability without mechanism for translating them into actionable community initiative. These models are imprecise, overly conceptual, politically biased, or too broad to guide empirical application at the grassroots level, according to Dyke et al. 2017. Therefore, given these gaps, there is an urgent need to develop an integrated framework that highlights social and technological drivers, such as library services, social media network site, and social capital. The objective of this study is to trace the development of sustainable development, Review previous and current literature on relationship between library services, social media network site, social capital, and sustainable development initiative, and to specify an integrated framework for SDIs, which emphasize on economic sustainable development. This study adopted a modeling approach to develop a conceptual framework that explains relationships among key variables. The method helps identify how different factors influence outcome by establishing causal links among the variables, drawing on existing literature and organizing concepts into a structural analytical model. The conceptual framework. The conceptual framework highlights the link between library services to sustainable development initiative, to social media, and social capital. Each factor in the model can stand alone as a predictor of sustainable development initiative, while social capital and social media are potential mediators at the same time. Library services offers access to information, digital knowledge, research support, and educational infrastructure that fosters individuals' capacity for innovative skill acquisition and development-based solutions. Social media provides a platform for civic engagement, knowledge sharing, awareness raising, and entrepreneurial development that enable citizens to mobilize resources and participate effectively in development processes. Social capital bonding, linking and bridging, engages trust, networking, collaborations, and mutual commitment to facilitate collective action, knowledge sharing, and community resilience, according to the views of Putnam, 2001, Woodlock, and Neema Parker, 2000. This framework is particularly justified by the persistent weakness in global sustainable development performance, especially in Nigeria, where top-down interventions have yielded limited results due to weak civic engagement, limited access to knowledge, social fragmentation, according to the view of United Nations Development Program 2021 and Sachs et al. 2022. Conclusions. Library services, social media, and social capital significantly support sustainable development and are closely interconnected. There is a lack of empirical studies and integrated framework to examine these factors and as they related and interact or impact sustainable development. An integrated framework is essential for studying economic sustainability. Developing an integrated framework for economic sustainable development is essential for empirical research on the impact and the relationship between its factors. Economic sustainability is rooted in social and environmental contexts with people as beneficiaries, and this necessitates an exploration of socio-environmental factors in sustainable development initiative. Thank you very much for listening to me.